Now we come to a Chlöe impersonation.
Yes.
So this is item 10 on our agenda, the petition of one Chlöe Swarbrick to continue the ban on oil and gas. And Steve Abel MP is going to present.
Kia ora koutou, thank you very much. In the absence of Chlöe, I am presenting this petition. We need to leave all of the remaining undiscovered oil, gas and coal in the Earth's crust if we are to have a livable planet, essentially. We can't even afford to burn existing reserves of oil, gas and coal. We have to limit our consumption of those. But the starting point for making a transition of our society away from its dependency on fossil fuels is to actually make that tough choice to say we're not going to go looking for any more. What is the effect that that has? It's a combination of when we deal with the challenge of transitioning ourselves onto renewable energy for the way that we power our society, is that it takes out the impact of supply on the price of fossil fuels. So we don't just deal with the demand side, we deal with the supply side as well. And we should, by doing that, push our society into a position where it's having to make choices to actually find the new sources of energy, which should be clean. That does put us in the challenging situation of going, hang on a minute, we're dependent on oil, gas and coal right now. What do we do to get onto renewables? It does require big, bold decisions being made at a legislative, regulatory level to actually make sure that those renewable energy choices are put into place. That was a decision taken in 2018. The bringing back into place of oil and gas exploration puts us in a situation where we are less able to make the genuine commitments we need to achieve a decarbonised society. So it's a big step backwards, and it could be perceived as New Zealand intending to not meet its nationally determined contributions under the Paris Agreement. We need a proper plan for our whole energy system that embodies an intention to move away from dependency on fossil fuels. Distributed solar, increased wind, electrification of our transport system, which also has the knock-on benefit of reducing our balance of payments in terms of the amount of oil that we import. So these are challenges that can be addressed and met. And I would just want to note that there's contemporary evidence that shows that because of the additional emissions you get in the extraction of gas, the fugitive emissions, it's often found that gas is actually more carbon intensive than coal. So, and importing liquid LNG, liquid natural gas, would be even worse than that. So these are terrible solutions from a climate point of view. They also continue us to be locked into an energy system that's not reliant on our native supply of renewable energy, wind, solar and rain.
Thank you, Steve. Often when the public hear about, big oil and gas production and this kind of thing, they assume that there are economic benefits that come to the government or the public. And I'm just interested in what are actually those economic benefits, if there are any, in terms of royalties. And is that actually a sort of correct assumption?
Yeah, the royalty levels are very low for most minerals, including oil, gas and coal. But I think the more important thing is that the cost of catastrophic climate change on our whole society, on our biodiversity, on our economies is unimaginable in the scale of how it wipes out any potential or perceived value or historic value that industry has generated. And so the existential challenge we face is we have to be willing to recognise that for the good of not just our generation, but future generations, we have to stop burning oil, gas and coal. We have to seize the nettle and grapple with the challenge of how we move our society to clean energy for its energy supplies. The exciting thing is that those energy sources exist and we have the technologies to capture the 1 trillion terabytes of sun energy that hits the earth every day. every instant, in fact. We have the technology to capture the wind and to harness rainwater in terms of hydro, and geothermal as well. So it's well within our ability to do it. It needs the political will and the courage to take those necessary steps. And part of that is saying no to new oil, gas and coal.
Are there any other questions? No? Thank you very much, Steve.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate you being here and giving us the benefit of your impersonation.
Thank you.
She should be very worried.